used to go to Catholic church and fellowship church and sit there, you know, and because my wife, we were kind of fighting about, she didn't want to be Catholic, and she really loved the new fellowship, and so it was a real problem, you know. I mean, really, I was angry for a while, and then I prayed on it. I said, I'll just do both, you know. And when my kids bless themselves, and the kid asked them, why are you doing that? Great time to talk about it, you know. So, but I used to sit there and think, golly, if we had half of the tools they have sitting in that church, I'm like, you know, we got so much better restoring, you know. And I was thinking of this story. I said, man, if we just had these tools, you know. And so one of my goals is, I got a postcard in the mail from an evangelical church that said, love is a battlefield. Come to our marriage series. And we went. Because my wife said, sounds good, let's go to a marriage. And that's one way that the evangelical church does real well. They have these, right? You maybe been invited, right? They say, come, you see about Ed Young, new series, da-da-da-da-da, right? So I feel like we have a series here that we're going to go through. It's called a 7-week series that's as good or better than they could ever dream of. We're going to take this book and 15 hand-selected Lighthouse CDs, and we've got it organized so next week we'll start with big group, and then we'll break into small groups, no more than 6 in each group, and then we'll get back together at the end, and we're going to be discussing, reading, and you'll listen to these during the week, and please do that. You know, come prepared for that. And the point is, are you going to grow? Yes. We have a saying that people don't want to be catechized unless they've first been evangelized. And we believe that our presentation we call it in fact, Father Jim in Arlington, Father Jim at St. Maria Goretti, I was 4 years ago, I was at his parish, and we didn't have any follow-up or nothing. And he sent a letter out a year later. I didn't even know this, he didn't tell me. He sent a letter out to another parish in another state, because they wanted somebody from here to give them a letter. And he said that the weekly, daily masses had doubled. The Adoration Chapel had tripled. He said we couldn't even get enough, we couldn't hold enough people who wanted to go to adoration. Up in Maine, they had 2-3 hours of confession lines. And this is going to help. I don't care if you've been a Catholic, I care, but I mean, even if you've been a Catholic 50 years, I assure you, you've done it so many times, after you go through this, after you share it with people, go through it, we talk, it's going to help you no matter where you're at. But we want to go outside of you, right? This parish alone, we should be going, we had 700 people here on a Friday night, probably 30% of them are from another parish, and yet there's probably 10,000 people at this parish. So that's not a lot of people, right? And so if we want to reach out, Father Jim, pre-evangelization, all right? Anybody that you have, now here's what I'm getting to. You should want to invite people to this series, just like they invite people to Fellowship Church. Okay? And I'll give you some tools via email, just like they do, where you can send them out and invite them. You can get their attention. If you have people that you wish were here, maybe they're in the area, within a 2-hour driving radius, you said, I wish they would have saw what I saw. How many of you feel that way? Okay? I can give you a link where you can give it to them and they can watch it. Professionally filmed in 2012. We don't sell it. We use it. And it's what you saw and probably more as well. And I always suggest watch it with them. Invite them over, have dinner, you know, or what have you. So if you really want somebody to see the whole thing before they come, fine, but they don't have to, because we're going to be going through this material. I think this is premium fertile ground to reach the evangelical community. They invite you to fellowship, and they take 2 scripture verses and spend 45 minutes giving you a practical message on 2 or 3 scripture verses. We're going to be going through so much in-depth information that if somebody were to come to this, their head's going to be spinning. I had some evangelicals on the front row Thursday night, and he came up to me afterwards, and he said, he looked like he saw a ghost. Now, I'm not kidding you. He was just almost stunned, and he said, I'm speechless. He goes, we got to talk. You know, we got to talk. So we're definitely going to get their attention.